You're just joining us. This is Eagles FM 102.3 Abuja, your radio experience you can count on.
That's right.
I am Ife and he is
Okay.
All right, we've got, company in the studios, the person of Lahmeeday. Don't forget that name in a hurry because
Certainly not.
in a matter of time, I mean,
it's going to be everywhere.
yeah, it's going to be everywhere.
It's going to be everywhere.
We're actually anticipating that. So, Lahmeeday, it's actually good that you raised out the fact that you try to strike a balance, talking about your studies and also music. Mm-hmm. But I'm a bit concerned about, the financial implication of, getting the likes of, is it AZK you called it?
AYK.
Oh, AYK, yeah. Produce, your songs for you. How has it been trying to raise funds, to push through with this, musical career of yours?
Okay, everyone that is doing music now knows that. And it's not just starting now. It's something that has always been. Music takes money. It takes a lot of fun.
Capital intensive.
You're very capital intensive for you to be able to do anything. And raising money was actually one of the very things that made my music journey or building my discography very slow. Because at the time I was a student and I had to rely on funds that were coming from home, allowances and things like that. I was also...
Hope you didn't use your school fees though.
No. Not at any point. I actually never used my school fees to do
but used the feeding money.
Feeding money a lot of time for the music. But then from 300 upwards, I started getting money on my own because I eventually delved into photography and videography. So I was shooting for people. Then I started raising money on my own. But then 100, 200, it was mostly funds from home. So at the time when it was always very, very tough to raise money, it was always one song a year I was able to drop. So it made my discography is not as full as it's supposed to be over the span of 6 years, because I would drop a song this year and you would not see me again till next year when I've been able to gather some funds again to take into the studio. So that was it. But now we're things starting to work out the way we expect them to, from getting shows to shooting for other people and things like that. We can now enter the studio more frequently than before.
Great. So how many projects you have now? EP, album?
Okay, presently I don't have an EP. I'm more about pushing out singles right now, and also I'm trying to break into the Abuja market. So I've been doing a lot of features, and we have Teda the Great in the studio. Teda records me most of the time. I go over to his house at Papi, and I record all the time with him. And sometimes he sends me beats to his. So we work together. He's also on my recent song, Rume. He took the first verse.
Yes, I'm coming to Rume. I actually have questions.
I know you have. I have
questions. I have questions about Rume.
I know you have.
So, right, good. So, right now, how would you find the Abuja music scene at the moment?
Okay.
How you faring? How is it treating you?
Beautiful actually. If you're in Abuja, Abuja appreciates a lot of trap and rap music more than the Afrobeat scene. But then we're having to I feel like Afrobeat is also breaking into the Abuja market, so people are starting to accept it more. But at the time when I came in, because I came in here in 2021, a lot of people, it was all about trap and rap. It's likes of Psycho YP.
I'm lost.
Yes.
Come on, I'm lost. What do you mean by trap?
A lot of people.
Let me give you an example of trap. You know the way Future sings. So, and I'm not a rapper. I don't know how.
Okay, that's trap.
Yeah, that's trap.
There's trap and there's rap. Trap is more like melodic rap, actually.
Yes,
okay, so what
Odumodu Black.
Yeah.
The sound,
That's
trap.
When he started,
when he started, in case of Agbalagba and all of that,
when he started,
that's trap.
Okay. Okay, now another question would be, how you've been able to manage your social life. We know, of course, that it's almost typical, of music artists.
It's always be out there,
Turn it up. They got the chicks all over them,
Okay.
You know what I mean? So how
the social life,
it's very, very important for you to be disciplined, because it's, so you don't end up like a number of music artists that have, a couple of BMs, if you know what I mean.
I understand what you're saying. Even before the music started popping off, I've always been the type of person that had a lot of ladies around me. But
fine boy Lahmeeday.
He's a ladies man.
I mean, he's a ladies man.
It's not even really about the physical looks or anything. I feel like I just connect more with women
than men.
Is it better? I mean, it's better.
And I also feel like a lot of women connect with me and that way I have like a lot of them around me. But then, like you said, it's also very important to be disciplined in whatever you do. So yes, that also into consideration.
Okay. So we'll just take a quick break now to go listen to one of Lahmeeday's
Rume.
Rume. Okay, and we'll be back in a moment to talk some more. Do join us again.
But I know you get a smoke. I did try put a ring on your finger so we know. No be ties for me for the vibe every time so one day, but it made me dream when I met this one girl, woman. Woman wasn't there one day. Woman is in love. Shout out to the mommy, woman. Woman wasn't there one day. Hey, woman wasn't there one day. Hey, woman wasn't there one day. Woman was in love. Shout out to the mommy, woman.
All right, thank you so much for staying with us. I mean, we just had to, sing that song right there because now that brings me to the next question I want to ask you, Lahmeeday.
Yes, I'm listening.
Because that song, Rume.
Rume, yeah.
What does the meaning of Rume, by the way?
No, Rume is actually a name. I want to ask who is Rume, Rafa?
Okay, so Rume is
because he said he came to Abuja and met a girl named Rume. Yeah. Who is Rume?
Ikechukwu is correct. So the full name is Ogene Rume. Actually, it's
the person is Delta.
Yes.
Okay.
Is it Delta?
Yeah.
No, it's Delta.
Yeah,
she's from Delta.
You're actually talking to a worry blood here.
Are you serious?
We're not the car last.
I knew it was going to happen so far. Is that right? So tell us, who's Rume?
Okay, I met Rume last year. Around this time last year, we're taking some classes together. I'm presently doing my master's in criminology.
Wow.
So we're sharing for people that know about criminology. Criminology actually takes a huge part from sociology. It's actually sociology of crime. So we deal with sociology students a lot, and Rume is a sociology student. Okay. So that was how we got to meet in classes and like that. And we were talking, and she's very attractive. So a few days after we met, I was writing on a beat that Tesco sent to me. Tesco produced Amlodipine and this song too, and I was just like, I actually have to write about this lead, and that was how the song came.
I feel like there's more to what you just explained, but I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
Because I feel like for you to, if you don't reason it, I mean, for you to sing about a lady, it goes beyond her just being a nice lady.
No, she's actually very attractive. Like I said, very attractive lady, and that was what inspired the song.
Okay, the beauty.
The beauty inspired the song, and I had to pay homage to her mother because obviously her mother. But
that's right. So if you're just joining us, we're having a nice time with Lahmeeday. Lahmeeday is an amazing artist. How would you class your sound? People say their sound is some say Afrofusion, some say Afrobeats. How would you classify your sound?
I don't usually class my music,
but
then I've delved into a lot of genres, and I usually like to experiment. So I don't just limit myself to one type of genre of music. So I've touched a lot of things. Like if you start from Twisted was my first song. That's Afrobeats. Lift is Afrobeats. Down to Agitated as trap. Down to New Decade as rap. Down to Crazy Admirations that I dropped a month ago, that's rap. And now we are doing this one, that's Afrobeat. So I've done Afrobeat trap, I've done rap. That's 3 different genres, and I still have other ones that
all right, so safe to say your sound is eclectic.
Yeah,
so just dive into a variety of sounds and not just
anything that sounds good. Anything that
sounds good works for you. That's right. Anything that sounds good works for Lahmeeday. Okay, how many Abuja artists per se have you kind of collaborated with this year, or how many artists have you worked with so far?
Okay, I've done a couple of features with like I said, I'm this year I spent the whole of this year trying to do collaborations featuring different Abuja artists, because like I said, I'm trying to break into the Abuja music scene, the Abuja music market, and that's exactly how I met Teda the Great. Because shout out to Rebel Weave. I don't know if you know Rebel.
Yeah, I know Rebel Weave. She has there's one of her songs I like. She has a 2-pack with Zilla Up.
Yeah, she does.
Amazing gem. Yeah,
amazing lady. Yeah. So I met Rebel at a show I went to in 2022. It's a pillow show. It was a comedy show, and from there we just started talking. Then she did she did a link up of artists, majorly Abuja artists. It was a a recording camp. Thank you. That was what I was looking for. So
I think I'm a Rebel with producers.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah,
She does. She
yes,
produces.
yes,
She produces. I don't know if she mixes and masters, but then she produces. So that was where I met like most of the Abuja artists that I know today, even down to Ted that is sitting like a few inches away from me. And that was how I just started, getting like their contacts. We followed each other on Instagram, and from there, when I just make a song and I feel like this person is going to sound great on this song, I just shoot it to them. I send it to them, then they send me their verses. It's usually that easy, but sometimes you might encounter issues with like reaching someone, or if the person probably has like a management or something like that. Management might feel like, okay, this is not like the right type of sound for this person. But then back to your question, collaborating with Abuja artists, I met most of them that I know through Rebel's recording camp. And anytime I just record anything that I feel like this person might sound great on, I send it to them and they tell me if they would like to get on the song. Like that.
So everybody says this thing that this industry it's not for you, So what has been like your biggest challenge so far?
Okay, biggest challenge, I feel like this is also something that most artists are facing right now. Most upcoming artists or budding artists are facing right now. It's promotion, because that's like the beats that takes like the most money. So if you budget like, let's give a supposed figure of like 100K, you should be budgeting like 70 to 80 on just promotion.
Wow.
Because your song has to reach a lot of places for us to say, okay, this song was successful enough before we come on to the next song.
Okay.
So promotion funds and getting like the right people to promote, because it's not everybody's not the right person, because you can give your money to this person and this person will actually deliver. So promotions is going to be what I would say is my biggest challenge right now.
Well, I actually have a question for you.
If I'm listening.
If you like, just try to dodge it. But
if it's always asking questions that pussy points.
I like that.
If it's always asking
this Rume song, I like the fact that Ogene Rume is from my place, and I wish the both of you well.
Shout out to Rume.
And I hope you are for real, because if you break her heart eventually, we'll definitely know. The question I want to ask you now, right? We know, of course, that it is no longer news.
Yeah.
The music artists that we have, especially in recent times, they focus more on bodily endowments of ladies.
Okay.
Like their songs always center around features, the body features of a lady or a woman, if you like. And you actually did that with this Rume song. The much reason why we had to spin the song, just pause it right away, because you actually used. You know what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So why is that always the case with, the music artists that we have nowadays in the country?
Okay, first off, the verse where you heard what you heard, that wasn't my verse. I only took the chorus on that song. I feel you when you say a lot of artists objectify women, and I honestly can't defend artists. Basically, I'm just gonna say, a lot of people see a lot of things when they look at women. So you could meet a guy that says, okay, when I see this lady, the first thing I'm attracted to is this. When I see this lady, first thing I'm attracted to is this, before we can now talk about like other things, or before I get to know her and realize that, okay, this lady is actually smart. This lady actually speaks very well, that kind of a thing. So first thing you see in the person, and this does not just apply to women, even men, first thing you see is the physical features, you're first physically attracted to the person before you start going down to like probably how emotionally intelligent the person is and other things attached. So I feel like that is one of the reasons, or maybe that is why a lot of people are always objectifying women and talking about women's bodily parts in songs. Plus, we also have to add to the fact that it also makes music fly in Nigeria.
Well, it does make music fly, but you also have to look at the bigger picture.
Of course.
Because I'm also sure that you're aware of the criticisms that have been trailing Afrobeats in recent times. The fact, like you already said it, the fact that you guys get to objectify women and all of that. Somehow it actually tallies with the vibe of the Gen Zs that we have. But don't you think it would be better if you do music for every generation? That way it would actually stand the test of time.
What you said is actually very, 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 very valid. And I was talking to someone recently. It's my manager. His name is Anavame. I was speaking to him recently, and I was telling him how I respect Kiss Daniel so much, because if you look at Kiss Daniel's music, it actually breaks past the Gen Z audience. It goes all the way down to like the millennials.
I agree with you.
Like everybody can sing or singing Kiss Daniel songs. And I don't know if he's very intentional about it or he just does music and then the thing just luckily applies to everyone. But then that's a very, 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 very what's the word to use? It's a very nice thing. Like,
it's unique.
It's not very unique. It's not everybody that can do that. I'm not gonna lie, Gen Z. I think we make up like majority of the listeners when it comes to music. So anybody that wants to actually like blow up is targeting Gen Zs before we now start talking about millennials and like other generations. So, but then shout out to Kiss Daniel. I don't know how he's doing this thing.
What artists are you looking like? You are really each looking forward to work with?
Artists?
Yeah. Like this artist that you know that, oh no, this artist should call me. Even anything I'm doing, I'm leaving it to work with this artist.
I did a song that I put out last month. It's titled Crazy Admirations, and Teda here recorded me the beats, the instrumental. It wasn't a beat because it was just majorly pianos. Marvelous is my friend that played the keys for me, and it was just talking about people that I admire in like different industries and people that I would really, really, really like to work with. So to answer your question, artists, I can name international artists. I can name our Nigerian artists.
No, but I think we should just stick to
our Nigerian artists. Okay, a Nigerian artist I would very much like to work with Lahmeeday. I feel like Lahmeeday before anybody else, because I'm not, like you said, and I'm not gonna lie, it's like a huge inspiration as to why I'm even doing this in the first place. He inspired from like days of
I think it's Rhapsody.
Yes, thank you very much. That's the name of the album.
Okay.
Rhapsody inspired so Lahmeeday before anything else. I would also like to work with Don Jazzy.
Okay. amazing personalities.
Amazing personalities.
Well, time is not our friend, but one more question, to sum up or to wrap up the whole conversation. We know, of course, that there are very young guys out there on the streets, who also want to venture into music. But also there is this pressure, to make not really abnormal profit. I don't think that actually, fits into this context, but to make it big, in a hurry. So they're willing to do anything, whatever it takes. And I'm sure that you're aware of cybercrime, aka Yahoo, you understand? Sure. And that seems to be a norm or a trend, for the young boys that we have, on the street. How would you react to that? And what would be your word of advice to young, boys or girls alike who are, also aspiring to be music artists, just like you are?
Personally, I would advise anybody that wants to go into this music thing first have a very strong heart, because this thing will break your heart in several pieces. Then the second thing is I would actually strongly advise that you get a 9 to 5, a job.
Okay.
Because that way you can fund your music legally, like you said. And that is what I presently have going for me right now. And that is why I'm able to enter the studio more, put out more songs, promote the way I am able to today.
You all heard from Lahmeeday. Lahmeeday is an amazing artist based in Abuja, who is eclectic. He doesn't stick to a particular sound. Yeah, amazing artist, and we'll play his song before the end of the show today. So, Lahmeeday, so tell people what is your stage name? How can they follow you on Instagram, Twitter, your X rather, your social media handles, and the link to your songs? How can they reach out to you on all these platforms? People are listening. Okay, I go by the name Lahmeeday once again. It's spelled LAHMEEDAY. And you can reach me on basically every social media there is out there. Once you just put in my name, it comes out. On Instagram, I'm Lahmeeday Official. On Twitter is @I am_Lahmeeday. And then every streaming platform, Apple Music, Spotify, Pandora, Deezer, everything. Just type Lahmeeday, you'll find me. Once again, LAHMEEDAY. All right, cool. Thank you so much. All right, people, you heard that. I'm a amazing guest, Lahmeeday, an artist, and go stream his song.